My dear friend, if you are listening to me today, I want you to take a deep breath and know this. Life after 70 is a gift wrapped in quiet mornings, gentle sunsets, and the soft wisdom that only time can give. You see, after 70, so many things that once kept us awake at night simply do not matter anymore. In fact, letting go of them does not just lighten your mind, it heals your spirit and frees your heart. I have sat with hundreds of patients in my long years as a physician. Many of them tell me they wish they had learned to let go sooner, and I tell them it is never too late. Let me share with you 7 things that truly do not matter anymore after 70, and why releasing them leads to a richer and happier life. First, the opinions of others. Oh, how many years we spend trying to please everyone around us. We mold ourselves into shapes that do not fit just so someone will clap for us or say we did well. But when you reach 70, you begin to understand that no one really carries your worries for you at night. Studies show that older adults who detach from social approval report higher levels of well-being and self-esteem. The Gerontologist Journal published a study in 2017 revealing that seniors who stopped worrying about social acceptance had lower stress hormone levels and better sleep quality. Imagine that. Sleep that is deeper and mornings that feel like soft blessings, all because you decided to stop carrying the heavy bag of other people's opinions. Second, material possessions. The big house, the latest gadgets, the endless collections of things we think we need. At 70, these objects begin to lose their shine. You realize that the things that matter most cannot be stored in a closet. A 2019 research article from the Journal of Aging Studies concluded that seniors who declutter and minimize possessions feel more control over their lives and experience more daily joy. Think about it. Each time you let go of an item, you are making space. Space for laughter, space for light, space for quiet moments with loved ones. I have watched patients weep not over losing a diamond ring, but over missing another dinner with their grandchildren because they were too busy protecting their stuff. After 70, it is time to choose connection over collection. Third, perfection. The desire to be flawless, to have every wrinkle ironed out and every mistake hidden. But the truth is, our imperfections are what make us human. Research in the field of positive psychology has shown that embracing our flaws actually increases happiness and resilience. A study conducted by the University of California in 2015 found that seniors who practiced self-compassion, who accepted their imperfections with kindness, reported significantly higher life satisfaction. Imagine standing in front of the mirror and smiling at the lines that map your stories rather than frowning at them. Imagine laughing at small mistakes instead of punishing yourself. When you let go of perfection, you finally make room for joy. Fourth, old grudges. Many of us carry around anger or resentment like an invisible stone strapped to our backs. We believe that holding on protects us, that it keeps us strong, but in reality, it only poisons our hearts. Harvard researchers published a study showing that seniors who practiced forgiveness experienced lower blood pressure and reduced risk of heart disease. Anger keeps the body tense and the mind restless. When you let it go, you gift yourself peace. I remember an 85-year-old patient who came to me and said, "Doctor, I finally forgave my brother after 40 years. I feel lighter than ever." And indeed, he looked 10 years younger overnight. After 70, there is no more time for grudges. There is only time for healing and love. Fifth, the race for success and status. In our youth, we chase titles, awards, and recognition as if they are oxygen. But after 70, you begin to understand that your worth is not defined by a plaque on a wall or the size of your paycheck. Studies show that seniors who redefine success as meaningful relationships and community involvement have better mental and physical health outcomes. A 2020 report from the National Institute on Aging found that seniors who focus on social bonds and personal growth experience fewer depressive symptoms and live longer. You are not your old job title. You are not the awards gathering dust in your study. You are the warmth in your grandchild's hug, the wisdom in your friend's ear, the kindness in your neighbor's smile. That is real success. Sixth, the desire to control everything. Life has a mind of its own, and after 70, the universe teaches you this lesson every day. The more we try to control every outcome, the more frustrated and anxious we become. A landmark study from the University of Chicago in 2013 showed that seniors who accept life's unpredictability enjoy greater emotional stability and higher satisfaction with life. Think of the last time you worried endlessly about a family member or a small event, only to realize later that things worked out on their own. The great gift of aging is learning to let go, to surrender to life's rhythm, to dance with it rather than fight it. When you stop trying to steer every moment, you find freedom in the flow. Seventh, comparing yourself to others. This habit steals so much joy. We compare our bodies, our families, our accomplishments. But after 70, you realize everyone is fighting battles we cannot see. Research from the Journal of Gerontology highlights that seniors who reduce social comparison live more content and peaceful lives. Every life is unique, like a fingerprint. When you stop comparing, you can finally celebrate your own journey. You see the blessings in your own story rather than longing for someone else's. I once met a 90-year-old woman who told me, "Doctor, I spent 80 years thinking I was not enough because I did not travel the world like my sister. Now I realize my small garden and my loving children were my world." She had tears in her eyes, but they were tears of liberation. Dear listener, each of these things we have talked about, opinions, possessions, perfection, grudges, success, control, comparison, they become burdens we no longer need to carry. After 70, life whispers in your ear, "Be light, be free." And the beautiful truth is that letting go of these weights does not make you smaller or weaker. It makes you stronger, more radiant, more alive. You create room in your soul for laughter, for hugs that last longer, for quiet mornings when you hear the birds and feel truly present. Scientific research supports this deep wisdom. Studies consistently show that seniors who let go of unnecessary mental burdens have lower rates of depression and anxiety, stronger immune systems, and even better cognitive health. The mind and body are deeply connected. When you unclutter your mind, your body responds with gratitude. Your heart beats steadier, your joints ache less, and your sleep becomes more restful. It is not just poetic talk, it is biology and science confirming what the heart has always known. I want you to imagine waking up tomorrow with an invisible backpack on your shoulders. Now imagine each thing we talked about as a heavy stone inside that backpack. The opinions of others, a stone. The clutter of possessions, a stone. Perfection, another stone. Old grudges, one more. The chase for status, another. The urge to control, another. Comparison, one last stone. Now imagine setting that backpack down. Feel the relief in your shoulders, the ease in your breath. You stand taller. You move more freely. That is the power of letting go after 70. You see, my dear friend, you have earned this freedom. You have lived through storms and sunshine, through loss and love. You have given so much of yourself to others. Now it is time to give yourself this final gift, the gift of peace, the gift of simplicity, the gift of a heart unburdened. Letting go is not about giving up or becoming passive. It is about choosing what truly deserves your energy and attention. It is about understanding that every day is precious and should be lived with an open heart and an uncluttered mind. When you release what no longer matters, you discover the joy of small things. A cup of tea shared with an old friend, the warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of a child's laughter drifting through the window. These moments, so simple yet so profound, become the treasures of your life. So today I invite you to look gently at the things you hold on to. Ask yourself, does this make my soul lighter or heavier? Choose to keep only what brings you peace and meaning. Remember, after 70, it does not matter if the world applauds you. It matters if you can sit quietly with yourself and feel at ease. It does not matter if you have the most expensive things. It matters if you have love and laughter in your home. It does not matter if you are perfect. It matters if you are kind to yourself. It does not matter who hurt you in the past. It matters that you free yourself from that pain. It does not matter what others achieve. It matters that you find joy in your own path. As your old doctor friend, I say this to you with all the love and sincerity in my heart. You have carried so much. Now it is time to let go. Because when you do, you will discover a happiness deeper than anything you ever chased, a happiness that feels like coming home to yourself. May you walk lightly, may your days be gentle and your nights restful, and may you find in the quiet corners of your soul the peace you have always deserved. Can you think of one person you might forgive today, even just in your heart? My dear friend, I want you to sit with me for a moment and take a slow breath. Close your eyes if you can and imagine your heart as a quiet room. In that room are all the memories you have gathered over the years. Some make you smile, some make your chest feel heavy. Today I want to ask you a simple but powerful question. Can you think of one person you might forgive today, even just in your heart? I know this is not easy. Many of us have carried hurts for decades. Perhaps someone betrayed you when you were young. Perhaps a family member said words that cut deeper than any knife. Maybe a friend you trusted turned away when you needed them most. These wounds become a part of us. We learn to live around them. We tell ourselves we have moved on, but deep inside they continue to weigh us down. You see, when we hold on to anger or resentment, it does not stay locked safely away. It spreads through our body and mind. It keeps our heart tense and our spirit tired. There is strong evidence showing how forgiveness can transform our health. A study from the Journal of Behavioral Medicine in 2016 showed that older adults who practiced forgiveness had lower blood pressure and fewer heart problems. Another research article published by the Mayo Clinic found that people who let go of grudges experienced lower levels of anxiety and depression and stronger immune function. Imagine that. By forgiving someone in your heart, you are not only freeing your mind, you are healing your body too. I remember a patient, an 80-year-old woman who came to me with constant chest pain. We did all the tests. Her heart was strong, her arteries were clear. One day she shared a story about her sister who had betrayed her 50 years ago. She had never spoken to her again. She cried as she told me. I gently asked her, "Can you imagine forgiving her, even if just silently in your own heart?" At first she resisted. She said, "Doctor, she does not deserve it." But I told her, forgiveness is not about deserving. It is about freeing yourself. 2 months later, she returned. Her face was softer, her breathing calmer. She told me she had decided to forgive her sister in her prayers every night. Her chest pain had almost vanished. She felt as if a stone had been lifted off her chest. Science and life both show us that forgiveness is a medicine that cannot be found in any pharmacy. I understand that some hurts feel too big. Maybe the person is gone now. Maybe they would never say sorry. Maybe they do not even think they did anything wrong. But forgiveness does not depend on them. It is a gift you give to yourself. You do not have to call them or write a letter. You do not have to let them back into your life. You can forgive them quietly in your heart, and that is enough. When you forgive, you open a window in that quiet room inside your chest. Fresh air comes in. Light starts to warm the dark corners. Your heart begins to breathe again. I also want you to know that forgiveness does not mean you forget what happened. It does not mean you say what they did was right. It means you no longer allow that pain to poison your present moments. It means you choose your peace over holding on to anger. The National Institute on Aging has found that seniors who practice forgiveness live longer and have higher life satisfaction. They also tend to have stronger social connections because they let go of old hurts and open space for love and understanding. Imagine the possibility of adding years to your life, not just in length but in quality, simply by releasing that tight grip on the past. There is a Japanese practice called Nikon, which means inside looking. It involves reflecting on your relationships and asking 3 questions. What have I received from this person? What have I given to this person? What troubles have I caused this person? When we do this, we often see our own faults and moments of blindness. It softens our anger. We realize we all stumble and make mistakes. No one is perfect. This practice can help you take the first step toward forgiveness. You might sit one morning with a cup of tea and think quietly about the person you have held in your heart all these years. You might whisper to yourself, "I forgive you." You might even feel a tear slip down your cheek. That is the heart's way of saying thank you. I have seen people transform before my eyes by taking this small, brave step. A man in his late 70s told me he had carried anger at his father for 60 years. One day he decided to forgive him in a small ceremony by lighting a candle and speaking aloud. He said he felt like he had dropped a heavy sack he did not even realize he was carrying. His face looked brighter. His laughter came easier. His health even improved over the next few months. This is not magic. This is the deep power of our minds and hearts working together. Dear friend, I am not asking you to rush. I am asking you to consider if there is one person you might forgive today, even if it is just a whisper in your heart, even if it is just a first gentle thought. You have carried enough burdens in your life. You have earned the right to live the rest of your days lighter, freer, and with more joy. You deserve mornings without that ache in your chest and nights with peaceful sleep. Remember, forgiveness is not for them. It is for you. It is your medicine, your freedom, your new beginning. As your old doctor friend, I have seen more charts and blood tests than I can count. But nothing heals the human spirit quite like forgiveness. It is the most powerful treatment I can prescribe, and it does not come in a bottle or a pill. It comes from your own brave, tender heart. So today, I leave you with this gentle invitation. Can you think of one person you might forgive today? Even just in your heart. You do not have to tell anyone. You do not have to prove it to anyone. Just take that small step for yourself. And when you do, I promise you will feel something shift inside. You will feel more alive, more at peace, more you. And that, my dear friend, is the greatest gift you can give yourself at this precious stage of life.